Hi, we are from group CinCai. In today's video, we are going to talk about a neural network. And there are three members in our groups. My name is Sutekshan and I'm the group leader, followed by my group members which are Kishi Hao and Lim Chinchen. First and foremost, I would like to brief about the neural network. Neural network is an artificial representation of the human brain that tries to simulate its learning process. It takes data, trains themselves to recognize patterns of the data, and then predict the output for a set of similar data. A traditional neural network refers to a network of biological neurons in the nervous system, whereas artificial neural networks are computational models inspired by the human brain to do information processing with interconnected artificial neurons organized in layers. Compared to conventional computer programs, artificial neural networks are preferred to be used for handling complex problems. They are robust to noise and partial data and adapt to change data through inductive reasoning, which is more suitable for tasks with unknown rules and noisy data.
My name is Lim Chun and now I'll talk about application of neural networks. First is facial recognition. Convolutional neural networks CNN are used for facial recognition and image processing. Large number of pictures are fed into the database for training a neural network. The collected images are further processed for training. The second is stock market prediction. Multi-layer perceptron MLP are used to make successful stock prediction in real time. MLP comprises multiple layers of nodes. Each of these layers is fully connected to the succeeded nodes. Stocks' past performance, annual returns, and non-profit ratios are considered for building the MLP model. Third is social media. Multi-layer perceptron ANN is used to mine data from social media applications. MLP takes into consideration several factors like users' favorite Instagram pages, bookmark choices, etc. These factors are considered as inputs for training the MLP model. Last is aerospace. Time-delayed neural networks are used for position-independent feature recognition. The algorithm recognizing patterns are automatically built by neural network by copying the original data from feature units. Next is biological neuron model. Human brain consists of large number, more than a billion of neural cells that process information. Each cell works like a simple processor. The massive interaction between cells and their parallel processing makes the brain's ability possible. Each neuron is a cell that uses biochemical reactions to receive, process, and transmit information. Each terminal button is connected to other neurons across a small gap called a synapse.
Let's move to the key elements of the neural network. In neural network, there are three key elements which are neuron, weight, and threshold. And below is the process where data flows through the networks from input layer to the hidden layers to the output layers. Each neuron in a layer receives inputs from all neurons in the previous layers, compute a weighted sum of these inputs, applies an activation function, and passes the result to neurons in the next layer. In neural networks, weight factors, denoted as W, plays a crucial role in determining how much influences each input has on a neuron. When data is fed into a neuron, each input value represented as vector x is multiplied by its corresponding weight in the weight vector W. The result is a weighted sum of the inputs, also known as the net inputs to a neuron. This operation, also known as neuron connection, aggregates the influences of all inputs with each contribution scale by how important it is according to its weight. Other than that, the threshold of a node, often referred to as the bias or magnitude offset, plays a key role in determining whether the neuron should activate. It is subtracted from the weighted sum of the inputs before applying the activation function. Whereas for activation function, researchers had come up with several functions over the years to convert inputs into outputs. Here are the examples, and we will talk more about linear transfer function and sigma transfer function in the lab question.
Good evening, my name is Kishao. Now let's look at different types of neural network architectures. These include single layer, multi-layer, and recurrent networks. Each architecture is suited for different types of problems depending on the data complexity and learning goal. In a single layer network, input connected directly to outputs. It's simple but only works for linear separable data. Multi-layer networks include hidden layers, allowing them to learn more complex patterns. These are widely used today. Recurrent networks have feedback loops, which let them remember previous inputs. They are great for sequence like speech. Here, you can see the example of feed-forward networks. Now, let's move on to learning methods. Learning in neural networks happens in three main ways: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. In supervised learning, the network learns from input-output pairs and adjusts based on the error. In unsupervised learning, no correct outputs are given. The network finds pattern or cluster in the data on its own. Reinforced learning lies between supervised and unsupervised learning. The network doesn't get the correct answer but receives a signal indicating whether its output was good or bad. It commonly used in robotics and gameplay agents. Now we proceed to the learning rule. For the first one, heavier learning is one of the earliest learning rules. It's based on the idea that the connection between two neurons is strengthened when they are activated. For the gradient descent, this is the most common rule in deep learning today. The network calculates the error, then adjusts weight in the direction that reduces the error. In competitive learning, neurons compete to respond to an input. Only the winning neuron gets updated. This helps in clustering or organizing data. Stochastic learning involves probabilistic update of weights. It's used in models like Boltzmann machine. That's all for my part.
Last is adaptive linear element. An adaptive linear element consists of a single neuron of the McCulloch-Pitts type where its weights are determined by the normalized least mean square training law. The LMS learning rule is also referred to as delta rule. It is a well-established supervised training method that has been used over a wide range of diverse applications. If the network produces consistent responses to a high degree with the text inputs, it is said that the network could generalize. Thank you for watching our video.